Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fearless Journey here. I guess what I'm going to do right now is to cover the entire story synopsis of what the hell Death Stranding is about, what's the story behind this, and what is Norman Reedus' character going to be doing throughout the entire game, you know? You're introduced with him onto a nice little ride on his bike, making sure to do deliveries. That's what he does. He's a courier who manages to go around through the wildered and post-apocalyptic United Cities of America. That's right. This is called the United Cities of America, not United States, as it's ravished by the Death Stranding virus. I believe that's what it's called. And pretty much with Death Stranding is there's these creatures called PTs that go out of their way. You know, they kind of operate like Wendigos, however you want to say, that are from old Indian folktale, or if you've played Until Dawn, there's those kind of like ugly, hideous creatures. But the difference with them is they don't have a physical body. You know, if you've seen the trailers, they're these invisible beings. I don't know if they're creatures, but these things go around to their way to kill people, and upon death with people, instead of them coming back to life or anything else, within 48 hours, they're set to detonate and explode, which will cause like a big little rift or crater in sections of where this is at, like where this takes place. So let's say someone dies where Norman Reedus is standing at E30 or 30. That's where there's going to be a large explosion, and majority of this place will be wiped out and made into a crater. Hence the post-apocalyptic United Cities of America. You know, many of these places are ravished. But let's get into Sam. You know, this is Norman Reedus' character. His name is Sam Porter Bridges. You know, this is a guy, like I said, he's a courier who goes around sending packages out throughout the entire United Cities of America, since he has a sixth sense, in a sense. You know, this sixth sense is called Dooms, and there's different variations and forms. There's two that I know of so far. There's like version 1 and 2, I believe. I don't know if this is factual or not, but apparently version 1 consists of being able to see these monsters and creatures, and version 2 is what Sam Porter Bridges has, and it's being able to sense their location. And if these creatures get a hold of you, they'll be able to die, and your cadaver will have 48 hours before it implodes, and they'll have that. So the BBs, as you see on screen right now, these things are able to help enhance your sense to have Doom's version 1 if you're able to have that in your body. And with that baby, they are able to indicate and show where these beings are at. And the way that these beings can find you is without sight. They don't have any sight whatsoever, but they have the sense of movement and being able to hear. So hearing and movements. So when you're around these creatures, you have to maintain low stability, you have to maintain a low stance, and hold your breath. You'll have a button specifically for that. But in the meanwhile, it's all in the sense of what Norman Reedus or Sam Porter Bridges has to do is deliver these packages, whatever it may seem to be or want, since he has the sense and people are too afraid to be wiped out and killed by these beings. Now, this is a very complex and confusing story because I've gone through maybe 3 or 4 hours since I've gotten this, and I still don't have a clue about what this is fully about. As you've seen around in the earlier bits of gameplay, the scenery is absolutely outstanding. It pays attention to detail, to landscape, like I've never seen in any other game. Oh, there's a heart with a bubble. Oh, that's very Kojima-esque, you know. Kojima, if you've played any games from him before, like the Metal Gear series, which I'm a huge fan of, you'll understand that the story and plot is very confusing to people when they start out. And once you play it more and more, it'll continue and you'll understand if you're more embedded. As you see underneath Died Hard Man, yeah, that's really a name for a character. You see the United Cities of America. But overall, This is a very intriguing game because we're dwelling into not knowing. This is an unknown factored game. We don't go into games where, you know, this is a game where we don't go into where we have an idea what the hell is about based on trailer and reviews and seeing online, and you know, people that make .coms and reviews online and make spoiler predictions. There's no given detail. We didn't even know he was a courier. We just seen him going around, and there's these freaking weird creatures going out to kill him, and there's these strange babies in tubes, like it's like a test tube clone project.
What are you talking about? She's dead.
And there's Guillermo del Toro right here, and I fucking love him. But yeah, overall, this is not a review, but more of a review in progress. I'm in love with this game so far, but in my opinion, if you're starting out, you're not going to know what the hell is going on. It'll slowly but surely build on you. It'll grow. The gameplay itself, you have to have patience. 100% patience. You can't just rush right through it. Overall, this has been kind of a confusing but wonderful masterpiece by Kojima. Not to show any bias, it's just I don't know what the story's about. Gameplay seems enough fluid. You know, it gives attention to detail with realism with the packages. If you run too fast, you'll run out of stamina. If you're carrying more packages, it adds weight and it increases the stamina loss that you use. And when you continue to go and run more and more forward, you know, it'll have a chance where the package will fall off and you have to adjust yourself and go that way. You have to hit the L2 or R2 button, or on Xbox it's the left or right trigger, whatever it's called. Even when you're going across stream, L2, R2 to maintain your balance so the stream doesn't pick you up and rip you right through. Same with running down hills, steep hills, or anything else, or plains. You have to make sure to have your balance. Certain missions will depend on how damaged the package is, or even how much health loss you have gone through, maybe even stamina. Overall, this is something you have to take very slowly. You have to have a lot of patience. Death Stranding, if you give it the time and patience, it's something else. I give it a good recommendation if you want to try something new and experience. And in my opinion, this is the first game of its own unique, different genre. With Metal Gear, it was an action-adventure kind of game where you'd have to face the paranormal, but it's also more so, it's militaristic. You know what I mean? There's just so much military factors that go into Metal Gear, whereas this... let's see. Just saying about to take a shower, okay. Take a shower. But as to this, there's no known factors as to what's going on here. What are we doing as the game progresses? What is the purpose to all this? Other than knowing that Sam Porter Bridges is a courier boy that has a special ability so he can invade and be elusive to these creatures.
For fuck's sake. Is it anything?
Overall, I mean, I give this a solid 9 right now. That's just my personal opinion. If you're into slow, methodical movements, I recommend it.